At that moment, Burnham enters and asks for a private word with Leland. Once Rue leaves, she becomes confrontational, remarking on Leland's intricate moral gymnastics, and saying that since they were coming up with a plan that essentially captured Burnham herself, she needed to know everything. Reluctantly, Leland admits that he knew Burnham's parents and that they had been assigned to Doctari Alpha to work on the Daedalus project for Section 31. Burnham says, they had gone there for a change of scenery and they weren't any part of Section 31. They went there to check out a supernova. Leland is emphatic that they were, and they were killed because of it. Burnham again rejects this, saying her parents were scientists and that they had never been involved in Section 31. Now, this next section here, Leland adds that Burnham's mother was also an engineer, and a brilliant one at that, and that her parents were working on a theory that certain technological leaps in certain cultures, including those on Earth, were not happenstance, but were the result of time travel.
Aliens.
Well, not just that, but think about like when they went back to get the whales and Scotty gave the guy transparent aluminum.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Computer.
Yeah, exactly. When he's trying to talk to a mouse. But this is kind of an interesting idea. Like, why are there sudden just leaps forward that have no background or anything, and all of a sudden there's just these giant leaps forward in technology? Well, time travel is a compelling answer, if not a realistic one.
Yeah, but I think whenever we put that to things that have happened in the real world, there's a lot of stuff that we just don't know.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, when we're talking about the pyramids, yeah, they were like crazy buildings that were built thousands of years ago, but that doesn't mean that there was not like some evolution to that. I mean, you can see lesser pyramids all over the place in Egypt.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I never buy that alien intervention stuff. And I'll give you a simple one for this. Like olives. Olives are inedible right off the tree, right? So for 10,000 years, human beings looked at these inedible things on a tree and thought to themselves, one of these days, I'm going to figure out how to eat you, And one of those days, somebody figured out how to do it. And just like that, somebody said, hey, I want to build a giant pyramid building. How do we do that? And everybody's like, oh, no, we don't know how. And somebody goes, well, figure it out. You have the next 100 years,
Yeah.
Human beings, we are incredible of capable things when we really put our minds to them.
Yeah, I mean, just think about the sudden jump in technology from the first flight of a heavier-than-air aircraft and the space shuttle.
Oh, yeah.
Or even the moon landing, even sooner.
Yeah, well, in the fact that, like the Apollo program, there's more technology in your pocket right now in your telephone than they had to get the Apollo mission off the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't really like it when people... There was a sudden, unexplained jump in technology. Well, to a certain extent, that's true. It is unexplained to us, but I think we have demonstrated over and over again that those huge jumps in technology happen, and they kind of happen frequently.
Yeah, see, I don't believe in actual time travel as a thing. I think there's too many.
We'd heard about it already.
Well, too many things that monkey up the works, right? But the idea that if there was time travel going on, that means there's time travelers here right now.
It could be.
Yeah. And like I said, it makes a compelling argument, if not a realistic one,
Yeah.
It does make something kind of funny to think about, but I don't really believe that it's a possibility.
Yep. Yeah, I mean... It's theoretical to travel to the future. I mean, we're kind of doing that now at a rate of 1 second per second on into the future. So really, everybody's a time traveler, but I don't see how the going back in time would work.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not a super smart astrophysicist or engineer or whatever, but I don't see no mechanism that would allow that to happen.
Well, that Dr. Michinoku, I saw him explain one time, but I mean, it is literally like capturing a star, and I mean, like things that right now would just be, impossible. Not only that, if you move something through space or something through time but not space, then yeah, they're backwards in time, but they're floating in space and not standing on the planet where they need to be.
Yeah, all that stuff starts getting crazy, complicated math. Way over my head.
Exactly. I'm not smart enough to figure it out.
But really, if you're traveling to the future, like, you're not really doing that. But basically what happens is the faster you travel towards the speed of light, the more time slows down for you relative to time back on Earth. So you could, go out 1 light year traveling at damn near the speed of light and then come back. And for you, it's only been, 2 years. But for the Earth, it's been, however long it's been. So in a sense, you're traveling to the future, but it's not like this instantaneous thing where I can push a button and be in, 1984.
Yeah. They actually use that in the Orville, where they got stuck in the past, and their faster than light drive was off, but they realized if they accelerated close enough to the speed of light, they'd get back at the right time anyways. Yeah,
that's crazy. You would definitely have to do a whole bunch of crazy math to make certain that you came back at the right time for sure.
Yep, absolutely. Burnham, ever the scientist, refutes this, saying that those leaps could be explained. Leland admits that he was not convinced either until they built their suit. They couldn't tell Burnham anything about it because it was classified and also dangerous. When asked what he had to do with it, Leland explains that the suit was missing the time crystal that would allow it to travel in time, and that an operative on Kronos had discovered a crystal was being sold on the black market near an Orion outpost. Leland used his assets in the sector to steal it, thinking that they had made it untraceable, but the Klingons were able to track it to Docteri Alpha, where they destroyed the outpost and killed Burnham's parents. Burnham is shaken to tears, both grief and rage, and she had blamed herself all this time for her parents' death, but now realized that it had been because of Leland and the time crystal. Leland tries to explain that he was young, ambitious, and careless, because he's not any of those things now, right? But admits that he should have done more to protect her parents and apologizes to Burnham. Enraged, Burnham punches him in the face for her mother, and then again, knocking him to the floor for her father. Burnham warns him that this isn't over before leaving him bloodied on the floor.
Yeah, that was a nice, satisfying scene.
Yeah.
Anytime Leland wants to get punched in the face, I don't mind
He's got a very punchable face. I'm okay with it.
He does indeed.
Yeah. Near the data core, Burnham confronts Tyler, who just uploaded all the Section 31 data, and demands to know if he knew that Leland had been responsible for her parents' deaths. My God. Tyler tries to deny that he knew, but Burnham rages at him about how he announces himself every moment he works for Section 31 and asks if he can live with that. Tyler concedes that he does not always agree with their tactics, but he believes Section 31's mission. Tyler replies that it was not all black and white and that Section 31 can do a lot of good. Burnham takes this as a yes, that he could live with being part of 31 and storms away.